What's up, everyone? So today I'm here with Elora Doe, my head assistant, and today she'll be asking me questions that you told her to ask me. So hopefully they're not too aggressive and not too crazy because my mom watches all my YouTube videos. So I'm gonna allow Elora to go ahead and start with these questions she has for me.
All right, so we're gonna start off nice and easy with the first one. Nour looks a little bit nervous, and so Nour, how much money is in your bank account?
500 million.
What is the biggest lie you've ever told?
Oh man, there's a few. I would probably go with probably telling my mom that I was still in college while I was just at home every day during COVID, pretending to
get away with
be
that?
on Zoom calls. Huh?
So you told her that you were in class, but you were at home still.
Yeah, and then she would like continue to come to my room to check on me consistently when she noticed that I wasn't actually in school.
So how did you break it to her?
I didn't. She called the school one day and supposedly she got the answer, but I know that schools aren't supposed to tell you that, I'm not at school. But yeah, she called the school, ended up finding out, and started crying when she found out.
Oh, I feel bad for her.
Oh, man.
Are you ever insecure about any of the hate comments that you get?
Never. At all, actually.
He's actually never insecure at all.
No.
And they boost all of his videos, which in return gives me a higher salary.
I don't think people who are successful or just as successful as you will comment on other people. Because I've never, maybe I've looked at someone's Instagram and would think of something and be like, wow. But, I would never comment. Mm-hmm. So, commenting is kind of weird, especially if it's hate.
Yeah, it's a lot of projection.
Yeah, that's a little too much.
If you could have dinner with 3 people, dead or alive, who would it be?
Dead or alive?
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King, Michael Jackson, and Bill Ackman.
What would you ask them?
I would ask Martin Luther King if it was worth it. Michael Jackson, if all the stories after he died were true. And then Bill Ackman, I would just ask him about how he really expected COVID to be, because right before COVID happened and everybody had to stay home, his dad ended up getting sick, and then he went on national television and told everyone that the market was going to crash, and he had one of the top 10 best trades ever because of that.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to get a little bit more deep, okay?
More what?
A little bit more deep.
Deep. Oh,
What's the biggest turnoff in a girl?
The biggest turnoff in a girl?
Mm-hmm.
When she talks about herself too much, probably.
So you like to do more of the talking?
No. I like peace of mind, so when we sit there, we don't have to force conversation. But if you sit there and continue to talk about yourself, highly or down on yourself, it's just annoying, Mm-hmm. We're just starting to get to know each other, and I'm knowing a little too much than I need to know.
So oversharing.
Yeah, you could say that. Or it's just why is the main subject of every conversation about yourself?
Mm-hmm. So you like to be in the lead, leading the conversation?
I don't know about leading the conversation, but we could talk about different things other than yourself, Mm-hmm.
As someone that is so successful, do you ever get scared about marriage and all the legal things that can come with that?
I got a good lawyer.
Do you think you would get a prenup?
Yeah, probably. That's the right way to do it, regardless of your beliefs, if you think you should have it or not.
Do you think that a guy and a girl can be just friends?
Yeah, I do actually. I mean, I think. But as Majority of men, I would say no, because my friends, my personal friends, have proven otherwise. Actually, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. So if your girl had a guy friend, you would let that happen.
No.
But if you had a female friend, that should be okay with your girl.
Yeah, as long as I say that's like my actual friend, you know, should take my word on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's fair.
How do you feel about women these days posting very provocatively online?
Provocatively, like half-naked pictures.
Yeah, or like bikini pictures.
What's the saying? It's like you reap what you sow, or something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I mean, you get what you put out, and you attract what you post online, and you get treated the way you post online as well.
So what you're trying to say is that women that post more elegantly online, per se, attract more high-value men, and then women that post provocatively would attract non-high-value men.
I don't know. You can still attract high-value men, but for like the wrong reasons. You know, it could be for specific reasons. But if you post like, how do you say it, less provocatively or like more elegantly?
More modestly.
Yeah, or more modestly, I would say that you could attract both sides, but for the most part, if you do attract like a high value man, he's gonna look at you a little bit different and maybe think better of you, even if it really doesn't matter, because you could post elegantly and be outside, differently. So it doesn't really mean anything, but you'll be perceived differently and maybe be treated differently online.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that men should be in a certain position financially to start dating?
Yeah, for sure.
Why is that?
Because if you can't take care of yourself, that means you can't take care of another person. Even if it's like not a bougie relationship, even if it's like a regular relationship, you still have to do, certain things like, when you go out, pay for half the dinner if you guys are splitting bills, even though I don't believe in that. But
so you do think that a 50-50 relationship is okay in the beginning?
Yeah,
or do you believe in that at all?
Yeah, I think 50-50 relationships gets you further in life than like one person having to, do all the work. Whether that 50-50 means splitting the bill or 50-50 as in I'll cover the bills and you cover everything else I need in life, which is peace of mind, cleaning the house, cooking. That can consider as their 50% in the relationship.
So as someone that has a huge following online, people obviously can tell that you're very successful financially. When you're outside and you're meeting girls in public, how do you know which girls are genuine and they actually want to hang out with you just because you're you versus the ones that want to use you for your money?
You can't, honestly. You really don't. Like, I think the best way to look at it is, for my case, you can't meet a woman online. It can't work like that because automatically you just go through a few pictures just like guys go through female pictures to see if they look good. You can go through a few pictures to see if they have quote-unquote money because anybody can look like they have money online. And then, they'll go about it like that. But I think it's better if, in my case or for other people's cases, is to meet other people in real life, like going out to dinners. And, you don't have to dress crazy, like something very, like, clean. You don't need to show off your cars, watches, and things like that. And if you're going to meet a woman, it should be like that instead of online where you're showing off basically everything that you own and all the flexes you have in life.
But how do you know if a girl is just using you for all of those things?
I just assume that's the case every time.
So for you, that doesn't really matter?
No. That's what I'm here for.
Do you think body count matters for a woman?
Yeah, for sure.
So if you met a girl and she checked off all the boxes, but she had a high body count, would you still judge her for her past? Or would you let it slide?
You don't really know, like, who's going to honestly say the answer to how many bodies they have.
So you're always
you can make up any number you
lying.
want. Huh?
You're always going to assume that they're lying.
Or you just got to look at it and be like, whatever it is, it is. But for me, it's always going to be like over 100. You just have to assume that it is.
For every single girl?
Not specifically over 100, but at least like over like 25.
So over 25 makes a huge difference for you?
No, over one.
Mm-hmm.
Over one for sure, but 25 is crazy.
So what advice do you have for your female audience that's looking to find a high-value man?
Stick to your roots. You know, people start moving to different states that provide different experiences and different opportunities to try different things in your career as a female. And just stick to your roots. However you were raised is how you should stay. And if you do that, it might take you a little bit longer to find that guy that you want. But at least when you find that guy, he likes you for the right reasons. Instead of,
Mm-hmm.
looking at someone and saying, wow, she's the love of my life without meeting her in person.
What is the most expensive thing you've ever bought a girl?
The ring I got my fiance.
Are we going to disclose how much it was?
After taxes, about $64,000.
Do you have any designer purchases that you regret?
Designer purchases that I regret? Designer purchases that I regret. Probably all the Amiri I bought.
Why is that?
I just always wanted a Amiri, and when I could afford it, I
Mm-hmm.
bought everything that you could possibly buy from Amiri.
So they're just all sitting in your closet right now.
Oh yeah, I handed all of them to my brother and told him good luck. So if he can fit them, he's wearing them to school every single day.
How does it feel having the most chillest assistant in the whole entire world?
The most chillest. Which assistant is that?
Me. You're taking a little bit too long to answer this.
Next question.
So everyone on the team at StockHours is so different, but we definitely all feel like a family.
What
What
do
do you look for when you're hiring someone?
Honestly, consistency and people who want it just as bad as yourself, because it kind of reminds you of where you were before.
Mm-hmm.
And for those people, when they have that consistency and that drive, you know that they're gonna, go as hard as possible as they can every single day. They'll be up in the morning wanting to do more, wanting to be better, and that's kind of why we have like a tight knit team,
Mm-hmm.
and we brought them here to Vegas.
Do you ever find yourself feeling complacent, like you're not working as hard as you should be?
Yeah, this week in Vegas, honestly,
Why is that?
because I haven't done shit. Wake up every day, go to boot camp. I mean, I've done a lot, but it just feels weird when you're away from the desk. It doesn't feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens
Out of the routine.
I would say out of every month, it maybe happens one time.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it could be a day or a weekend, or maybe a full week like this week.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty rare.
How do you feel about all the people that DM and email you asking you to send them money?
So that, at the very beginning, I used to feel super bad, and I would actually fall for it. And the last time I ended up sending money, I wouldn't say the last time, but the last time I felt bad for a situation is when I sent a kid money, and then he sent back to me his shoe collection and how sick his shoe collection was. So I got finessed in that situation. And I was like, yeah, never again.
Because as your assistant, I definitely read a lot of the emails that you get, and it works on me.
I don't even check those emails, but the
That's
DMs
good.
are pretty hefty.
Mm-hmm. So every single time we go out, there's always a lot of people that come up to you, that approach you, asking you to take a picture with them, saying all these things about how much you changed their life. How does that make you feel?
It's definitely a different experience in person versus someone saying it on Instagram or social media, because on social media, anybody can say whatever and it doesn't have any meaningful impact. That's why social media isn't taken so seriously for the people who actually, know how to go about their life. But in person, you could definitely see how much it means, and you can't really fake emotions in real life versus just typing anything out on social media.
What are your top 3 non-negotiables in a wife?
Top 3 non-negotiables in a wife. Top 3 non-negotiables in a wife. She can't post showy pictures. That's definitely one. I wouldn't even have DM'd you or talked to you or wifed you up in the first place if you show showy pictures. So that's one. I don't even know if that should even be that, because I wouldn't even have talked to you in the first place. But we could just lay that as one. Two, I would say cooking and cleaning comes as a package. Because in my eyes, females don't provide any value to a man. So if you can't cook or clean, you're literally here for no reason. Because what are you going to do? Pay for things?
Would you let your wife still work?
I would let my wife still work. Probably like own her own business. Like most girls say they want to do like a lash company or
like you would let her have a business, her passion project, have it lose $50K.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
To make her happy?
Just to make her happy. Like she would definitely lose money on the company, but just let her do whatever she wants. Keep her busy. Yeah, keep her busy. That's less stress on me.
Okay. So leading off of that, how do you feel about the boss babe culture that we have going on right now? All these girls just want to work and they don't want to be in the household.
Boss babe?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
What's boss babe?
It's like girls being like, I don't need a man, I can get it on my own.
Well, we'll see how that goes for them. I don't know. What female do we know as successful? I can't really even think of one.
So if you did meet a successful woman, someone that perhaps maybe made more money than you, like a Rihanna, do you think you would feel emasculated?
Emasculated. I don't know about that. I just don't think that would even be worth it. Because, like, what type of conversations or arguments are we going to have? Like, she'll just kick me out the house or something like that? Kick rocks? Yeah, I think it definitely is. Like, even if you minimize that scale, because you're, like, talking about Rihanna, if you, like, make less money than a female, and I'm talking about, like, significantly. So, like, for example, if you make, like, $60,000 a year and your wife makes, like, $150,000, like, your wife can come home and say, get in the kitchen. You got to get in the kitchen. So that's not happening for me, honestly. So I'll pass.
What advice do you have for young men that are looking to be in the same position as you?
Young men that are trying to be in the same position as me. You know, a lot of people say you have unlimited time, right? Like Gary Vee promotes, you know, you could do it in your 30s and your 40s. So people use their like 20 to 30s to like have as much fun as possible, especially going to school. Like me going to college for a year, I definitely procrastinated on a lot of things. So if you're going to go to college, or if you choose not to go to college, you should use your 20 to 30s wisely. So you can use your 30s to 40s and 50s to be like a family man. And you don't necessarily need to be as rich as possible, but be as comfortable as possible so that you can kind of chill later on in life.
So leading off of that, how many kids do you want, Nour?
Max 4. Like max 4. But realistically, like 2.
Would you adopt?
Yeah, I would adopt like later on in life and have like 20 kids. But like having my own kids, it would probably be between 2 and 4. And 3 is just like an odd number.
Would you want girls, boys? All boys?
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
So I know you just finished Ramadan. Is religion a priority to you?
Yeah, it definitely is. I think it became more of a priority later on in life. I definitely, you know, don't look at that and say like, I don't think it's a good thing that it started so late in my life. I think it started when I was like 18. That's when I started making a lot of money. And when I started making a lot of money, that's when I got closer to God.
So if a girl wasn't Muslim, would you still talk to her?
Yes.
Expecting her to obviously convert later on.
Nah, she doesn't have to convert, but she has to have the same like morals as me, like and like just going about life the same way. Obviously, if she's loyal, she doesn't have to be a church girl or a super like religious person, but at least like following like simple things like, you know, I don't want to go too much into detail, but yeah, at least the simple things and things that just aren't hard to follow in your religion.
Do you think you would let your kids inherit your money?
Yeah, 100%.
But you would let them be like, oh, I have daddy's money? Or would you expect them to work just as hard as you?
If I had daddy's money, I would flex that. I would make people, you know how people like get online and say like, you have daddy's money?
Mm-hmm.
I promise you if I had daddy's money, you would know. I would take a picture of my dad every day if I had to. Flex that.
As someone who essentially has unlimited funds, what does an ideal day look like to you?
Unlimited funds?
Mm-hmm.
Where? Unlimited funds where? Significant funds. I could agree. Average day is actually fairly simple, unless I'm like on a trip. That's where like things get, you know, pretty crazy. But like an average day, let's just say I'm home. I work in the morning, answer phone calls, go to the gym, have a nice lunch, maybe have a nice dinner, go get a massage possibly. It's a very, very simple day in the life, honestly. But maybe some shopping. That's like the most you're gonna get out of me on a day-to-day basis.
So what's considered luxury to you?
Luxury,
Mm-hmm.
as in?
Like, what do you like to spend your money on?
It used to be clothes until I, you know, started getting a little bit older and seeing what else you could do in life, like travel around the world, you know, getting experiences that you couldn't get before.
Mm-hmm.
But most money, I probably watches, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Just it holds its value, and I can make an excuse or a reasonable, you know, thought out idea that me buying this watch is a good purchase. Because if I buy, like, let's just say expensive, you know, clothes, expensive things that don't hold any value, then it's like later on maybe I will question it.
Mm-hmm.
But at least watches I can like liquidate it whenever I want.
So it's like an investment to you.
Yeah. Some investments do better than others, and some investments don't do good.
What would you say to the people out there that have gotten so successful and they just left all their friends and family behind? Because I know for you, you bring all your friends and family on your trips.
I mean, family-wise, I only have a mom, dad, and my brother. I don't have any cousins, any aunts, any grandmas that have to call me for any loans, so that's not really a problem. And I definitely want to leave my family behind, but my parents don't go on any trips with me. My little brother would go on some trips. He doesn't miss the big trips, but he'll miss like a trip that he knows that I'm going on for like a quick business trip because he knows he's not going to have that much fun.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as friends, like the specific question is like, would I do that, or like how do I feel about people that don't bring people around?
How do you feel about the people that don't bring people around?
I think it's like selfish because like if you get to experience something and others get to experience it with you, you know, it means a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, if like let's just say someone brings me on a trip or I get to go to like a convention that I wasn't able to go by myself, you get to like see the other side of like life, and it gives you like a different, you know, motivation, seeing like things that are more expensive and like things that you can't really see on a day-to-day basis. That's almost like me going to like new spots and new like, you know, places that I travel to, whether I'm going there for like a business trip or going to enjoy. It's like, damn, you know, even if you're staying in a nice villa, there's like nicer villas, and you look at that and say, okay, maybe I should work a little bit harder.
Mm-hmm. So I know you're surrounded by a lot of successful men that are older than you. And in general, in society today, a lot of older men like to date really young girls because they feel like they can mold them. How do you feel about that?
Mold them how? Like, what does that mean?
A lot of guys believe that the older that girls are, they have a lot of baggage, and young girls don't.
That's true. How do I feel about that?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say I didn't have a fiance and I was older and single. I would definitely aim for the legal younger ones, so like 21 and above. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that does make a lot of sense because, you know, you get someone that's like 27, 28 that's been dragged across the world. You can come into their life and try to change them, but 95% of that journey of trying to fix these women it's going to be pretty late, and you have to deal with all the emotional insecurities that they have, all the, you know, past trauma they've had with other men. Even though you don't do any of those things, you're still going to have, you know, dumb arguments come up because of what they had to deal with in the past. That's just like the minimal side effect of like dating older women when you're older. So yeah, I would definitely aim for the youngest legal ones.
So when you're outside, what is the first thing that you notice in a girl that attracts you to them?
Probably like the shape of the body. Outfits don't really matter to me. Like you could be in, someone could be like in sweats, you could be in like a hoodie. It doesn't really matter. Like I'm gonna notice what I notice, and you know, I have good experience with like targeting which ones I like, but it doesn't matter what outfit they wear for me, or like how they have their hair. They can have it in a bun, they can have it wavy, you know, curly. But like yeah, pretty much like I know what I want, like body.
So body
Body
and
shape.
no face.
Whoa, face too. But like sometimes they have their back towards you, right? And then you can't see their face. So then you like base it off body type.
Okay.
But the outfit doesn't matter to me. Some people be like, oh, she has to dress nice. She has to be in some heels. And
So for you, what is the best thing a girl can wear?
Best thing a girl can wear? Probably like very like a chill outfit.
Like something very casual, jeans and a top.
Yeah, jeans and a top. Maybe like the right pair of jeans do matter. But like I like the most chill fits. Like that's where like it gets me. Because if you look good in a chill fit, like I could only imagine how good you would look in like a nice fit.
So leading off of that question, what do you think my type is?
Your type. So based on like history and current situations and what's the other word for situations that they say? Situations, relationship.
Situationship?
Yeah, that situationship. On the current one. Probably like the type, like lighter skin males. You like taller men. And then what else? You like how do you like? You like other men that can like joke around with you, type of thing. So you guys can like bond, like and play footsies.
I do like a guy that will play footsies with me. What's your least favorite thing about me?
Least favorite thing about you. Least favorite thing about you. You always go to my friends when I'm not answering the phone.
Well, yeah, I need to get the work done.
Yeah, to like connect back to me. And then it just reverses right back. Like so the cycle's like messed up.
I feel like Nour has a hierarchy of who he likes to respond to first, and sometimes his assistant isn't at the top.
No, that's not true.
That's so true.
No, sometimes I read a message and say I'll answer in like 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes turns into like 5 days.
Yeah, Nour has this one problem where I'll ask him like 5 questions in a row, and he'll only answer the last one.
That's like an iMessage problem. It should like
No,
bullet
he
point it.
has like selective seeing, selective hearing. I'll ask him like 2 questions, and he'll be like, oh, yes, and then completely ignore the other one.
Next question.
All right, so last question. What's been on your mind?
What are you, a psychiatrist? What's been on my mind? Gambling. I'm in Vegas every day. Wake up, gamble, don't sleep, get back up, go gamble. Every day.
How do you keep it going? Like, how are you staying up till 2 in the morning and then doing a boot camp at 6?
I think the problem is people try to get some good sleep. And you don't need good sleep. That's like a myth. So
You can sleep when you're dead.
yeah, in like 70, 80 years. So basically, if you never go to sleep, you never get tired. You just refresh, black coffee in the morning, Red Bull.
Is
preferably,
that how you stay ahead of everyone? By never sleeping and always working?
Yeah, because more hours in my day. Everybody says that we have the same 24 hours. Well, we don't have the same 24 hours if you get 10 hours of sleep. You now have 14. If I don't sleep, I have the full 24 hours and I can continue to keep going, you know? Beat the casino that way.
Well, that's Nour Trades for you, everybody.
That's Nour Trades for you, everybody. Shout out to E. Laura Doe. Make sure you put the E. Laura so that she doesn't get mad. I hope you guys enjoyed this little different video for my channel. And yeah, hopefully we don't ever do this again.
we're gonna do it again. But the next video, you guys are gonna ask me questions, or you're gonna ask him questions to ask me. Yes.
No.
Okay, ready? Everyone catch my kiss. Bye.
We gotta go.